But you got to blow first. If you mow first, I don't see how the hell, I don't see how the hell you're not doing more work in this scenario. So, I never mow first anyway, so this is all the same to me. Okay, y'all, so no video yesterday. I did one, but it wasn't much to it, and I didn't feel like editing. My back's a little bit better, and yeah, man, I'm you know, just getting some of the lawns out of the way that is you know, well, it's taking me out of the norm. Today I'm gonna go do all the last Fayetteville run this year. Normally I would already be done with all of this, but with no labor and the weather like it's been, as far as not having any rain for like 6 weeks in October and November, well, the middle of September all the way to November, really. We didn't have any rain, so that kind of stopped things from, you know, trees from dropping leaves and everything. So it usually will push us back, you know, 3 or 4 weeks, you know, to get things wrapped up. So these customers down here are calling me, so that tells me that well, that they're ready. There's 4 I'm going to do down there. And then I'm going to ride by a couple on the way down there. I'm going to ride by a couple of my commercials in downtown over here. Y'all been over there these 100 times, and see what they look like. And I may, if they are, you know, I know I'm going to have to do them at least one more time because they got more trees than any of them. I may do them today. I may not. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ride by where these stumps are and see. You know, I've already done 4 of them. I got to do the other 4, and I'll get a check from them today or tomorrow or something like that. But I want to make sure, I want to see if this car is still sitting there, because there's a car sitting next door, and if that BMW sitting there, man, I'm not going to want to do those stumps right up next to that car like that, because there's a lot of stuff that comes off the grinder. So I kind of been watching the pattern and see when's the best time to do them. But that car's hasn't moved since I've been over there, so it may be somebody visiting. It may be it may be somebody's car that just ain't working. Well, that looks like it right there that just pulled out. So I really don't want to do the stumps until I can get it, you know, the rest of them until I can get a check. I mean, if I don't have anything else to do, then okay. But I think he said, and I can look, he told me when he could pay. I think tomorrow or Thursday. So that'll be something I'll be doing. Go on and get the rest of that money, you know, for the one, well, get the money for the 8 stumps in the front, or he paid me for the ones I did in the back. Yeah, I'm just slow motion, man, really, you know, not really hardcore you know, doing a lot. And of course, when you do that, you know, the money slows down. It usually takes a minute for it to slow down, because if you're busy, and then you got, you know, some, you know, folks that owe you, and especially like with some of the commercial stuff, you still got checks coming in, but you know, it starts, well, if you don't work, you don't get paid. So but if you're me, you're always like, well, it's got to be enough work to justify my time. And certainly it's got to be, if I have labor, it's got to be enough work to justify labor. And I I don't see any of that. And even on jobs like the skid steer job that I did, you know, where I did multiple days over there, that justified labor, the money did, but I didn't take labor but one time. Out of 5 days over there, I took a guy 1 day. So out of 5 days over there, I got $130 in labor that I had to pay out. So when you're working like that, then you can work like this and you're fine. But that's really not the goal. The goal is to be able to, well, is to have labor through the winter. So I don't have to worry about it in the summer. But y'all know all about all that. So, but we'll figure something out this year. Every year it's a challenge. Every holiday is a holiday. And every winter is, I go through the same thing. The only difference in now and when in the beginning is I don't worry about finances as much. Because the labor part is something that, not having it is something that, I don't have it because I can't afford it. I don't have it because of anything on the financial end. Back in the day, it was simply about mathematics, you know. Nowadays, it's not. It's just about quality of person. So, but yeah, I got a lot of driving to do. Well, about an hour and a half of driving today. So we're gonna get on down here and get these done. All right, y'all. So I got the I got some ethanol free. You got to put ethanol free in this stick equipment. If you don't, man, you're asking for problems down here where I'm at. I know every gas station don't sell it, but they just built a gas station right up the street from my house that does. So, yeah. I was looking at that mulcher, that forestry mulcher. So I got a response. I finally got the response to, you know, the bid I put in for the for that retention pond, and they say that's too much money. So, and it was $3,500. So it ain't gonna do nothing but get higher if they want me to do it. But I think the owner is, you know, trying to find somebody to do it really cheap. Like they had, they had Francisco do it one time. Y'all remember Francisco? He was working at one of the restaurants down there. They had, the owner had Francisco do it. Of course, it wasn't nothing like it is now. And for like $600. Yeah. Of course, that was, you know, that was 4 or 5 years ago. That was the last time it was done. The time before that, one of the guys that worked with me did it. And the owner only paid like that Christian guy that I had out here, that young guy, the owner only paid like $400 for him to do it. Now, he didn't do none of the side stuff. He just did inside that gate. But it wasn't as bad as it is now. But he ended up when the Christian kid did it, he ended up doing it and lost money over there because he borrowed his uncle's lawnmower and tore the lawnmower up over there. Yeah. So, you know, and see, that's why I know it's there's a lot that can go on over there. And then his uncle's lawnmower wasn't like one of mine. He bent the hangers on his lawn. His uncle got the lawnmower back. Said, no, man. You know, I think he had a couple of flat tires over there. I mean, he was over there for a couple of days. Not really full days, but he was working, you know, out here with me. And then I let him use my bicycle handle brush cutter. I think that's about the last time that old bicycle handle brush cutter got used. So, I'm riding by these two right here. Let's see what they look like. I normally don't. Normally like to do these on the weekends because there's no cars here. I mean, yeah, they're not that bad, really, man. You know. Hey. So they're building over 500 homes right here. It's crazy. Damn, man. But they're all small lots. I mean, these are push mowing lots. Maybe a small stand-on lot. Am I missing out on work? Well, I mean, the more small yards you take on, the more labor you gotta have. Seems like all my problems go back to, well, me and labor. So, sort of like an NFL team, they got a sorry quarterback, you know. They can't really. They can only win so much with a sorry quarterback. But my damn Birds, they won last night. They tried to give the damn game away. Couldn't believe it, man. I mean, and the Raiders, they're like they're in the top 2 or 3 worst teams in the league. I mean, and we almost lost to them. I mean, we almost gave it away. We had so many opportunities we can't score. I don't know what the hell they doing, but our quarterback's going to have to get better, or he's making freaking $50 million a year or something. So he was playing good to begin with, but man, they lost 4 straight. Last night was the first time he threw a touchdown pass in 4 games. So, yeah, that's ugly. Okay, y'all, one down. Yeah, that's a 65, and she wrote me a check for 130, so she doubled up. That's usually what happens. Just about everybody on this route, because I've been doing them for so long. Every one of them on this route, I've been doing for at least 11 or 12 years. So they always give me a card, and then they write a check for double the amount. So that's, you know, that's great. And if I had help with me today, she probably would have gave them a $20 bill. That's usually what she does, especially if it's the same guy. I've had Bo out here for summer and him come, you know, and Zach, where they've gotten, you know, $400 or $500 in just gifts and stuff from the customers. All of them combined. It's pretty good, man. So the next one I'm going to do, 2 next door to each other. One of them's a 70 and the other one's an 80. So, and then they don't have to, but they normally, this is the last cut, they'll give me, the 70 will give me $140, and the 80 will give me $160. You know, and to be honest, this last one I was just that's probably the only reason why she even wanted me to come today, because it didn't really, the backyard didn't need it at all. I spent 25 minutes over there. But when you factor in the ride and all, it's one of the reasons why I keep the customer, man. You know, it's hard to get rid of a customer like her. It just is, because, well, they're grateful, thankful, they're consistent, and they don't play no games. And, you know, if you got a core customers like that, even if you do have to drive a few miles out of the way, it's worth it to me. Now, if I had a whole bunch of guys working for me and stuff, then it might not even be worth it anymore. But for me, solo, it's definitely worth it, because I don't have to pay out anything. One truck, one mower, one trailer, you know. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, by the time we get to November, you know, the labor done started acting really stupid, and I'm by myself, and you know, I'm not trying to really be hardcore, because you can't be, because well, some customers don't need you at all, and they really don't. So you can't even justify coming, you know. So all the ones I'm going to today, you can justify it, you know. And see, these need it. Not bad, not nothing like they were last time, thank God. But they need it, they need it. Not a lot of weed eating. So the thinking for me is, you spend, in the summertime, you spend your time weed eating and then blowing. This time of year, you just spend more time blowing. So you make up for not having to weed eat. Well, you ain't got to weed eat. No, not really. You can get away without weed eating at all. On a lot of these properties. Especially the ones with a lot of shade, which means they got a lot of pine needles and leaves, and there's not really nothing to weed eat. Much rather spend the time blowing. So I'm gonna spend about, well, sometimes not normally as much time, but usually this time of year, if you got a guy that's been working with you all summer, and then you get this time of year, they don't know what to do if they don't have any experience going through the winter. And I found that out, well, just about everybody. They don't know, you know, process, man, the process. So yeah. Both of these properties I've been doing well, since 2007 or 8. I still had my job for the man when I started doing these properties. And I didn't even start doing these till I started doing one across the street here. I built a deck for them too across the street. And so I was building decks, and I was doing the lawn maintenance. I was just making money, you know, because I'm a hustler. That's what I do. Of course, when I'm 34, 35, you know, even all the way up to 40, you know, my body felt a lot better then than it does now. And you know, I'm probably not taking the best care of myself either as I get older. I don't exercise right, and I don't do a lot of things that I could probably do to get better. Maybe I'll make a New Year's resolution this year. Yeah, why not? Why not? So I do these the same way every time. Start on this one, and then I do the two front yards kind of together. They don't really have a backyard. They got a backyard, but it's not fenced. When I have a backyard that's fenced in, I like to do that first if it makes sense. And since I've been doing these so long, that's the only way I ever do them. I'm probably going to get the backpack blower though and just start blowing, because if you blow, you know, correctly, I know people think, well, man, it's just, you know, it's just blowing leaves. Yeah, but you'd be shocked at some of the guys that come out here that don't know how to blow the leaves. I mean, yeah. And then then you throw a mower in the mix, and they certainly don't know how to blow the leaves with a mower and help, you know, blow the leaves with the blower, and you know, and working with somebody that's on a lawnmower. See, guys that like Zach, he knows what to do because he's been out here so long. It took forever, but you know. But none of the other guys I've had out here through the you know, this part of the winter, they don't know what to do. If it was Bo, even if it was Bo would jump out with a weed eater and go to the backyard. He knows that much. But I would say, no, don't weed eat nothing. Jump out of the truck and grab the blower and go to the backyard, and get the walkways and all blow. You got to blow everything off before you mow, to me. So. For guys that mow first, I don't see how you do that, and you make great time. If you mow first in this scenario, well, you're leaving some time on the table. I guarantee it. Because if I go run the mower and do all the mowing, and then I start blowing, I'm going to be double working a lot. So for guys that mow first, I don't see how you do it. All I do this time of year is I swap the weed eating with blowing. So I blow about the same amount of time that I would weed eat. That's what I do. And like right here, you got this a patch like this on this side of the driveway. What I like to do is I like to walk that little patch, which is dirt and rock and all kind of stuff there. I like to walk that little path, blowing everything across the driveway and getting it on the woodline side. It makes it where the mower doesn't have to work as long. I'm stoked I got 65 extra bucks, man. That's cool. That'll buy me something. I don't know what. Y'all, so the other camera went dead. I forgot to charge it last night, so all I got is the GoPro, and y'all know it's likely to go dead too. I'm gonna get another one of the DJI Action 5 cameras, so I can be done with the GoPro stuff. Yeah, so I got done. I mean, about 2.5 hours of actual work and then a 45-minute drive, $410, so, and a box of chocolates. So, yeah. I don't know if everybody gets stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty good, really, man. And normally I would have got, you know, like, the last people didn't double up. They gave me extra 60. So better than nothing, man. Shoot, I'm loving it, man. So these are done for the season. So there won't be no more traveling down here until the spring. So, and these are some of the farthest ones. So, yeah. All right, y'all. Let me call my wife, see if she wants something.